Listen to the full audio series on the Pocket FM app. Click on the link in the description to install now. Before the girls could reveal Samuel's real identity, Emma decided to interrupt them. Girls, I can tell you who he is. His name is Samuel, and I used to tutor him. In the future, if you want to ask any questions, you can just come and have a chat with me. The girls were both surprised and happy that Emma wasn't like the other teachers. Before they could ask any more questions, the bell rang. When Emma went home, she found Robert's car parked outside and Robert waiting for her. You always steal my parking spot. Why can't you park somewhere else?
I paid a $10,000 parking fee for this spot. The spot is mine for 3 months.
What? But why 3 months?
Because in 3 months, I'm gonna marry you and you won't live here.
Emma shook her head and went home. Robert followed her. The last time I checked, today's not a weekend. Yet you're here. Robert didn't say anything, but grabbed Emma by her waist and pulled her close. It made Emma nervous. If you behave this way, I'm never letting you in my home. Robert laughed and let go of Emma. They started talking about Samuel, and Emma told him that Samuel was getting popular at school as she heard some girls talking about him. Later, when Robert left for home, Emma walked him to the parking lot. After Robert left, her eyes went to the other car parked nearby. And when she saw the driver, she froze. It was Ted. What the hell is he doing here? If he's here to meet someone, why isn't he getting out of the car? Ted was staring coldly at Emma, and this made Emma really uncomfortable. Emma quickly went home and locked all the doors. The next morning, Emma was woken up by a student's call. A girl at the dorm was unwell. Emma rushed to the dorm and took the girl to the hospital. But Ted had other plans for Emma and called him to his office. Mr. Smith, you asked for me?
Yes, come in and sit down. I've called you to inform you about your performance. Here's your evaluation form.
What is this form? What performance are we talking about?
Since I'm the head counselor, I thought about giving points to each counselor. The fewer points, the closer you are to getting kicked out.
What? You gotta...
I deducted 2 points from you today because one of your students at the dorm got unwell and her parents had to come down to the university. It was such an inconvenience.
I took her to the hospital this morning and she's doing much better now.
Exactly. She's been sick since last night and you only took her today. Why are your students so afraid of informing you at night? I think you must have forbidden your students from disturbing you at night.
Fine. Believe whatever you want to. Deduct as many points as you want. Fire me if you want. Emma angrily threw the form at Ted and started walking towards the door.
Don't worry, Emma. No one can fire you. As long as you flirt with Robert Erickson and take him to bed with you, he will do whatever you want him to. Isn't it? Isn't that right? You're just so shameless.
Emma didn't say a word and just walked away from him. When she entered the staff room, all the teachers were already discussing her points being deducted. A few of them asked why her points were deducted, and when she told them the reason, they were all surprised. Maybe I was just unlucky today. It doesn't really matter. Thanks for your concern. After school, she found Robert's car waiting for her. Robert, what are you doing here?
I'm here to pick you up. What else would I do at the gate of your university? Get in now. I'm taking you to dinner.
Oh, I'm starving. Emma got into Robert's car and suggested going to a nearby restaurant because she was really hungry and wanted something to eat quickly. This made Robert smile. Later, he took her to his home. I thought we were going to have dinner.
Are you implying that we don't serve dinner at my home? Or you don't like the food at my home? I'm gonna fire...
Robert, I like the food here, but I was expecting a restaurant. I feel awkward eating here.
Too bad the car won't go anywhere tonight.
When Emma went inside, she was offered a bowl of fruits. Then, when Emma went to the dining table, she saw it was filled with all kinds of delicacies. Emma was so hungry that she started stuffing her mouth with everything. Robert looked at her and just smiled. I'm so full. I'm feeling too lazy to go home.
And who told you that you're gonna go back home?
I'm in no mood to...
I'm asking you to stay because I want your company while I work. Barb must already be on her way here.
Robert wasn't lying. Barb came after some time, and the three of them went into Robert's study. While Barb and Robert were discussing important matters, Emma fell asleep on the sofa. Robert quietly picked Emma up in his arms and took her to his bed for her to sleep peacefully. Meanwhile, Barb was wondering what happened to the rude and grumpy boss that she worked for, because this lover side was totally new to her. The next morning when Emma woke up, she was surprised to find herself in Robert's bedroom. And when she saw the time, she jumped out of bed and rushed straight to the university. She somehow managed to reach on time, but was stopped by Ted at the gate.
Rules are rules, Miss Green. I'm gonna have to deduct more points for you coming late to the class.
Late? It's 7:59 a.m., Mr. Smith. I still have a minute. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got students to teach.
Mr. Erickson didn't let you get out of bed today, I suppose. Or is it that being with him made you lose the virtue of being punctual?
No, he didn't make me lose the virtue of being punctual because I'm not late at all. Not wanting to interact with Ted anymore, Emma hurriedly walked away from him and entered her class. At lunchtime, Emma was at the cafeteria with her colleagues when she spotted Robert's chefs. They were looking for her because Robert had asked them to deliver lunch to Emma every day. Emma quickly called Robert. You scared me, Robert. If you're sending lunch for me, at least inform me.
If I informed you, wouldn't that ruin my surprise?
Well, thank you for the lunch, but the chef said that they'd be delivering lunch to me every day. Please don't do that. There will be rumors.
Rumors? Do you really care about rumors? Anyway, I've got my own motives. I'm sending you lunch so that I can have dinner at your place. We'll be even.
That sounds fair. But we only planned on meeting on the weekends. This way you'll come to my house every night.
I'm busy here. Have your lunch and I'll see you tonight. We'll talk about it then. I mean, you're gonna talk about it and I'm gonna ignore it because it's invalid.
As Emma sat to have her lunch, she noticed that people around her were talking about her receiving lunch from 2 chefs. And it was only a matter of time before it would reach Ted's ears and he would target her. Was it good for her to see Robert every day? At first, she thought that after her internship at his company was over, she would get rid of Robert, but he would always find one way or the other to be around Emma. And the worst part was that she liked his company. Was she falling for him? Was she gonna make the same mistake again by falling for a rich man? Or was she going to avoid Robert to save her job? Hi guys, Emma here. Listen to full episodes of Cupid's Curse exclusively on the Pocket FM app. Click the link in the description, or simply search Pocket FM on Play Store or App Store to install now.